All right, YouTube, check it out. You got another project here. So I'm into wide brim hats. Those are Stetsons, but my favorite is Akubra. Excuse me, I have a Akubra upstairs that I wear pretty much daily. And this is a vintage Akubra Riverina 1042 that I picked up on eBay recently. This thing pretty decent shape for an old hat, but we're gonna clean it up and block it and try to put a different crease in it. I got some hat stiffener. I picked some hat stiffener up off of Amazon, some Bickmore hat stiffener. We're gonna try to shape it and do a little something with this. So I make my own hat bands and stuff like that. We may make a special hat band for it. I mean, this one kind of cool. It's leather. It needs to be re-dyed. But so the first thing we did was I sprayed it down with some alcohol and water and then scrubbed it with this. Just cleaned it up. I should have got some pictures before, but that did a pretty good job cleaning it up. So now we're just going to try to block it up, and we're going to steam it. Try to steam it back into an open crown and then let it sit. Probably put some hardener. So I got this shaped a little better than it was. Got some stiffener sprayed in it. I probably ought to get a hold of a hat block to do these right, but I'm putting another crease in it, so I thought, before I spend the money on a hat block, I'll just try to steam it up and crease it, and we'll see what happens. So I think we're gonna try to do a cattleman's type crease in this, because that's just typically what I like to wear. The fact that it had another crease in it to begin with for a very long time might inhibit that. So we're just gonna try and see what I come up with here. Put a little. I've seen guys do this with a steam iron, but my wife likes to use this Conair steamer on some clothing and that, so it works pretty good for the hats too. I just want it to pop right back out on me. I should have checked that before I got started. Looks like I'm going to have to put some more water in that steamer. Alright, so I'm going to pause this for a minute, and I'm going to put some more water in that. We'll see how she forms up. So when I get done with it, I want this hat to look kind of grungy. It's already got a good grungy start. I think I did a video before I got started. It would show the red dried out hat band, and I soaked that hat band in oil overnight, and she came right back looking pretty good. So these hats are real easy to steam typically, especially you get a brand new one. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to let this hat cool for a little bit. And I got to get ready to go to work here soon, so maybe we'll get back on it tomorrow. Alright, YouTube, check it out. We're back to the hat saga today. So I'm going to try to edit these videos to take you step by step. If I can't do it, I don't know. We'll just try to bring you up to speed here with this one. So at any rate, we picked this up real cheap. It's a vintage hat. I've reblocked it and shaped it, but I have decided that this is kind of a cattleman's crown, which I like to wear, but with this hat we're doing a little different. So today I'm going to try to lower the front of it a little bit. The back is just perfect. It fits my head great. I'd put some mule kicks in it, but we're going to try to just lower this a little bit today. And then maybe put a little curl in the crown. Once we get that baby set, we're going to make a hat band for it probably. Here we go. We're going to steam it up. And hopefully we don't lose much of what we did the other day. Yeah, so we wind up with a little tighter pinch. I'm okay with that as well. Like I said, the idea behind this hat was we're going to be, I got some nice new Akubras that I typically just bash them, make a hat band for them, and they're nice to wear like out every day. This is going to be more of a woods hat that I'm striving for. And what I really love are the old campaign hats, like around the turn of the 1900s, you know, the 1890s there, they were wearing the cavalry, U.S. cavalry was wearing. So we're going for that a little bit. Some goofy pinch on the top. Make her a little grungy. Just having fun with it. I've been wearing, since the early 90s, about 1990, I was wearing Bailey cowboy hats, Resistol and Stetson. And I'm not going to lie, back in the day, I had a 2X Bailey that was nicer than a 5X Stetson I got married in. And I had those hats for years. I had them for up till about 3 or 4 years ago. And my daughter and I went out to a Halloween party one time. The hat I got married in was a black Stetson. I had turkey feather, and I always wore a turkey feather in my cowboy hats. And we got home that night, and I left that hat out on the counter. And my dog, who never ever chews anything up, got a hold of that hat and that turkey feather and just went to town. And he ruined that hat. Kind of pissed me off because that was like 3-4 years ago. I'd had that hat since 94 when I got married. 93 or 4 when I got married. But anyway, alright, we're going to put a little curl in this bad boy in the brim, which it already is, kind of has that. Well, let's try to pop this out right quick first. I had to spray this hat too down with that hat stiffener. And it smelled like White Rain hairspray, so I don't know what they're putting in the hat stiffener, but made quite a difference working this hat. Go ahead and pop that out. I don't like to work these too much. I like to keep them cool as I do it. And I told my son-in-law about 2 years ago, I said, I'm bringing wide brim hats and traditional pocket knives back, boys. I am tired of the dumb stuff. So the other thing with this hat, it's a 60. I wear 59. It fits pretty good, but we're going to wind up probably doing a little bit of leather inside as well in the hat band for taking up a little space. Just going to kick that up a little in the back. If I'm out in the woods with this hat, and if by chance I'm wearing a backpack for any reason, and I'm out with the grandkids or whatever, and I'm taking lunch and coffee and whatever else we're doing that day, I don't like the rim of that hat hitting that backpack. So there's that, and we're going to pop the front a little bit. What's the old saying? If something about how's that? It's that Justin down there, Spirit of the Wild down there in Mississippi, that YouTube channel. Do it the way you want to. Do it the way you want to, is what he says. I love it. And I'll be honest, for me, if it ain't different, I don't want nothing to do with it. And she might say I'm a little eclectic. I didn't discover that till I got a lot older in life. I wish I'd known that when I was younger. My life might have been a little different. I used to think eclectic was weird or some shit, but it's not. I see it as creative and unique nowadays. So, alright, pause this again. We'll go check her out. Alright, check it out. So, my wife is going to hate this hat, but I love it. And it ain't done yet.